Okay. Hello and welcome to Intros. It should say tier 2, not tier 3 on the title. I forgot to ask them to change that, but round 15 tier 2, we're at, I believe we're only a few rounds from the end of the season. I'm joined by Ethan once again this evening. I'm barely here. Okay, give me 2 seconds. Yeah. Hang on. How about now? Is it good or does it still need to be fixed? I don't know if Ethan's here.
Yeah, I'm here, sorry.
Cool. So, Yusuf, let me know if you can hear Ethan well. I'm gonna try and fix my mic in the meantime. If Ethan wants to take us through the first lap while I'm doing that, and I think it's Jacko? Yeah, it is Jacko.
Fine. Okay. So, Brazil, one of the fan favorites. Oh, as we ride with Jacko coming around the last couple of corners, this is where you gotta make your speed come stretch. Get that corner right as he makes his way down. It's not so much straight, little kink, DRS activated. You want to hug the pit wall as much as possible. We won't do it this as he starts. First lap is on to beat into the famous center X's 1, 2, and 3 down the back stretch. Cop as much curve as you DRS elevated down straight. Turn 4, back out on the ripple. Fine. Very flat curves. 6, 7. Hard on the brakes. Turn 8 and 9. Switch it back around on the gas. Go up a couple gears. Back on the brakes. And a second. He's rounding out the lap. This track will have high tire wear throughout the course of this race, and it is 50% this round. So drivers will be watching out for that. Coming up to the line, hugs that pit wall as I mentioned, start the 08 flat for Jacko. Guest
Uh,
rise that best 8, 7, and Lil Sheldon goes quicker than Ghost Rider. Oh, footy better than the Let It P is the next best with another 8-0 lap. Drivers start across the line. Both Aston have put their lap. Thinks Ferrari is across the line next. He's invalidated. The Mercedes is next. He goes up to third. That's Toddy for the 8-1. Believe it. No, he's coming in. So the Ferrari again, I believe, will catch his lap. Yeah, it seems like everyone else is starting their lap now.
I made some small tweaks to my mic. Let me know if you can hear well. Okay, for some reason, I don't know if it's me, but I'm gonna check this because the stream it looks to be lagging a tiny bit, and now it's fine. Okay. Let me know if my mic is okay in chat. I did make a small adjustment Unfortunately, I cannot change Ethan's volume. I believe I have Ethan on like 200%. So I can't do any. No, never mind. He's on 140. I can turn up a tiny bit more. Still have to keep volume high to hear. This is when I need different audio or cables, which I don't. I only have the desktop audio cable and then my mic. It's when I actually need a proper mixer to do that stuff. But anyway, on board with Fat Eagle, one of the reserves for today's race. We got quite a lot of reserves to fill this whole grid. I believe there's only 10 full-time drivers and then there's 10 reserves racing as well. So Fat Eagle will be first to cross the line out of the people who haven't set times, and then I believe we got a Fury or Cali behind him. So Fat Eagles goes to 10th with 8.7, Cali 8.9 goes to P13, which I'm the Fury. Recently joined into the thing, his first race here as well. So we'll see what he's able to do. You can hear, so it's all good. Awesome. As Fury to the line, 8-1 for 4th place, barely beating Toddy out. I believe Toddy's making a return to the grid. I haven't seen him race because I only joined this season, but apparently he hasn't raced for a couple seasons. He's making his return today. We've got Dark and Shazza watch his lap on board with him, on board the RB through Brazil. So on the DO straight all the way to turn 4, almost right in that rev limiter all the way. Shifts out at last moment, taking a lot of curb on the entry and exit, running down the middle, try to avoid the bumps in the road. Now this, I don't even know what corner. I think that's turn 6 is flat, just with a little downshift before the corner. Now going through the technical sector 2, where you can find basically all your time as Darken is making his way. A few lockups here and there, missing apexes. But we get to the sector 2 line. Doesn't go purple. Massive lockup on the rear, has to correct it in the corner. Run to the line now, keep as close as you can to the wall. 8.8 for Darken Show, only P15, but he will be improving that time because there's a lot of little lockups on the rear that could improve his time. We'll jump to Darken, or not Junkyard Doggy, he slammed through the last corners. Darken's teammate goes to P4 at 8.1. So we're almost into the 7s with this grid. I believe the next runs will be into the 7s, hopefully. Jacko currently on top with a 8 flat, basically.
First lap's always a banker, so next time we see these cars out on track, they will be giving hell. Probably will break the 7 second bracket. Sorry, more than likely the mid 7. What I'm predicting, top 5 at least. Maybe the high, maybe 6 down, maybe 13 and 14. As I believe Jacko's out, flying that.
I believe he is starting. No, he's pitting.
No, he's coming in, scrubbing tires. That or he's made a mistake. Letter P's on it. Outlap, little bit of traffic coming up to the DRS straight.
So Level P
Start
is
on.
starting his lap. Scotty's just restarted another lap as well. So we got Scotty, letter P, and then we got the other horse at the behind both of them. Scotty, when we were looking at other P's first lap, snuck his way into P9 behind Mercy. So it's a close grid between all these drivers. Only 1.1 covering the top or everyone in the grid, and it's about 2/10 for the top 12. As Scotty has invalidated his time. Not sure why he did it.
Looks like the only driver that's really passed of old footy vendor in P in way through the tricky technical sector 2, very undulant circuit this, so it's gonna be car in positions it does not want to make the rear end found in that corner there where he's around is the most predominant corner that you rear end slip out. He's managed to keep it under control as he comes up to the DRS line. And that curve there, that's going to be a dangerous curve to ride as well. Comes to stuff. He could have gone closer to the wall, no improvement.
So it was 2/10 up coming out of sector 2. He lost most of that time in the final sector. That might have been down to battery usage and just the line he took on the last run. But
Just looking on board, he doesn't have a lot of battery in the tanks. It might be wise to back off and let it charge.
got more
Goes
drivers on laps. We've got Toddy and letter P following each other now. And one that Aston's right behind, I believe that is Ghost Rider further behind them. So letter P actually getting a nice little toe off Toddy at the moment.
gonna help, and there goes second.
Rumsey 7.6 for the quickest time now. So 4/10 improvement off Jacko's banker time. So we'll see if they're able to improve at all. You're gonna hope it's improvement. As Toddy coming around the final corner right about now, just before DRS detection, or DRS activation. Detection is way before it. Close to the wall, we use all the curb on the left. 8-0 for Toddy, and I believe letter P went improved as well. So Toddy only 2 milliseconds behind letter P now, as Ghostbuster did improve his time to P14, just 8.4. I believe Carly just passed the start line to start a lap. I believe not, they have finished a lap, and Darken is starting a lap. Same with Jerobot. So Darken and Jerobot are following each other as well. As we're following Jacko, Jacko has decided to pit again. So he wasn't happy with the lap he was doing. Fury's invalidated, so the next one to actually cross the timing line with the actual lap will be Darkened. There's one Alpines of, I believe that's Cali, getting out of the way of these two drives on their fast lap. Darkened 3/10 up on his time, just gonna boost him to around P14, P15. So if he wants to go even higher, he's gonna have to get a faster time on the board, get more speed out of that car. Goes to the line 8.2, so he's improved to 11th place, and Jerobot's at 8.6, cruising to a 17. So Darken finding pace in this car now, as we usually see him at the front of the grid, as I believe Tetris is now starting a lap in the Ferrari. But I believe Fury looks like he's on a cool in-lap, I think. Yep, Fury's on an in-lap. Battlecat is starting, so Tetris will be the first one to the line. Williams on board. Checker flag, you have to specify which Williams you want. Do you want RK or do you want letter P for the final run? Matty B hot lap. There is no Matty B, so I don't know if I can do that. But we can sit on board with him for like the last half of his lap as Tetris is going to finish his lap. You want a refund? One of the mods needs to do that. I'm not a mod. I can't do it. I can do I can do Williams on board, for final run. Because I believe he's right behind Battlecat. Oh, never mind.
Okay, about 100th up the line. He needs to finish third or higher to mathematically take championship.
As Battlecat
But
7-7 for fastest, so goes P2. And what we'll do, we'll comply with checker flag's request, and we'll stay on board with letter P in the Williams. I don't look at chat often, so when I saw you redeem it, I didn't really see it. Bow on board with letter P now into turn 4. A little bit of lock up on the front left, but it's alright. Goes all the way to the ripple strip curbs. Now into turn 6, flat, just a downshift. Now turn 7, want to take all that inside curb basically. A little bit of real snapping, and that's going to be his lap over, I believe.
well, he's still going to press on from what it looks like. He might lose a little bit of time, but the start of the lap looks strong. He comes around to the sector 2 timing line.
Oh,
He's down.
he's only half a tenth down on his time coming to line using all the battery. You can see by his wheel that he's just draining that battery, but he's gonna pit instead. So he wasn't improving.
Jacko on a lap. Believe he's got just under half a battery left in the tank coming through that tricky sector 2. But so as we saw in the previous lap, was letter P just losing it, and it's so easy to lose the car on this.
Well, we're on board with Battlecat at the moment as he's on his long up into turn, I believe that's turn 11 or turn 10, I'm not quite sure, but now into the long left-hander up to the sector 2 line, 7 thousandths down on his time, out of the final corner. Does he get the run? It looks like he got the run. Not gonna touch that inside curb before the DRS activation, all the way to the line. Let's see if he's able to improve though. He's able to improve the time to a 7-7, and Jacko doesn't look like he's pushing on.
Checker flags out now. These will be the driver's final laps. All or nothing. We got a Williams line, and now kick Sauber. Great for the rookies. Corner 7. McLaren next across the line, followed by Mercedes.
Rumsey goes quickest, Mercy to the line, goes P3, so the Mercedes are going to be happy with that one. With the performance that Mercy Tier 3 driver just showed as the other reserve for Mercedes to the line goes P3. I'm starting to lose drivers when I'm trying to get to them. Carly across the line, Oli can go P19.87 for their time, and Jacko on a cool down lap into the pit lane. He's not going to complete this. It looks like he's out of fuel as well.
That will do it for qualifying. So Romsey will take pole position with a 7.685, followed by Battlecat, Toddy, Mercy, Grandson, Jacko, the letter P, VSC, Tetris, Dark End. That is your top 10. If that's what qualifying has in store, I can't wait to.
So we're just waiting for Battlecat to pull into pits and retire that car so we can get on with the race. But Rumsey taking pole position. I believe Rumsey is a reserve. I'm just gonna have a look at the check-in. Yeah, so Rumsey currently reserving for McLaren. So a reserve for McLaren on pole, followed by Battlecat, our championship leader. Only leading the championship by about 50 points now, I believe. Then it's there are two Merc reserves, Toddy and Mercy. Mercy, tier 3 driver, putting it on into the second row for tier 2. But I believe he did turn line on. I think. I think he's turned line on. I'm not 100% certain, though. But that is the grid. Rumsey, Battlecat, Todd, and Mercy are your top 4. Then there's Grandson Nips, who qualified 5th for the RB with the Red Bull of Jacko right behind, and the Slide P, Fury, Tetris, and Darken. Darken qualified low at the start of session, but got into the top 10 for qualifying. Then Scotty RK, Lou Sheldon, Dom White, Ghost Rider, Junkyard, Footy Bennett, and I think it was another. I think it was Jailbot in 18th, and then I believe it was Callie in 19th, followed by the other Red Bull of Fat Eagle, I think. But Mercedes 3-4 both being a reserve drivers, so Aussie 2K is going to be happy with that one. But it all comes down to the race. Currently, I believe it's Haas leading tier 2 constructors over Ferrari. I'm gonna have a look.
I'll have a look at that.
Yeah, so Haas leads over Ferrari, about 7-point difference between those teams, and then RB is in third, followed by Williams. So a 7-point gap to from Ferrari to Haas, and then it's about 30 from the RBs and 36 Williams, and the Red Bulls are further behind a 108-point gap between them on sitting on 227. So it's a real fight for the top, as we're gonna go 5 red lights. We're waiting for the go, and here we go. Looks like the Ferrari Battlecat getting a better start than Romsey. We're going to go side by side into turn 1. Mercedes looks like Mercy is giving up the place to his teammate as Grandson Nix tries to make work of that. So Letter P trying to get past Jacko at the same time. Arcade Gaming overtakes Scotty as Junkyard Doggy gets past Dumwa as Rumsey keeps the lead of the race for turn 1.
Clean start for all the drivers as they make their way up to turn 6 to the tricky sector 2. These drivers need to keep their cool, get to a little bit of. I think that was dark and was the second belt, and then there's a little bit of an incident back here with Ghost. I didn't quite catch that. Stay green nonetheless. Make the way round to the last couple. Starting to make the way to the last couple of corners to round out the first lap of 36.
Interesting to see here as we're looking at tyres. Only one driver starting on the softest tyre, and that is the Battlecat, who's just taking the lead on the main straight. Just past this one's he's still getting a fastest lap though because he crossed the line before he got overtaken. So Battlecat now leading, and this is the worst part. DRS is now active for these drivers. So now the true games of ERS management, pace management comes out from these drivers as Domwai has left the session.
That's an interesting call going for the softs. Battlecat. This track will eat those softs alive. In, I'd say around 10 to 14, they would be his window. That might even be pushing it a little bit for those. As he currently leads the field as they do the corner from Romsey, and so far it's all going to be like that for a couple laps. So as DRS is active, here comes Romsey on the inside. He's going to get the move on the Battle Cat. Battle Cat though is going to fight back. He's not going to let this get away.
Well,
He's going to.
Mercy almost breaking himself and hitting his team out. Let's Grandson nips through. So Grandson nips up into P4 for the RB team, chasing down Toddy just in front.
Battlecat makes a move back to the race lead, and it's still side by side. So through turn 4, Battlecat in the end will get the move. Romsey now under pressure from the Mercedes to Toddy. Toddy under pressure from Grandson. It's all kicking off from about second back. Here comes Toddy. He's going to make the lunge down the inside. He's going to have to stick around the outside now. He's going to try and cut it back in. Not quite going to go his way. Romsey is able to hold on to that little bit of a lock up their way to the corner. Little step from Toddy. Grandson now chance to but further back in the pack now. Jacko and Mercy go wheel to wheel. It is all kicking off.
Yeah, as you were going over there, I just clicked on someone else by accident. As I was going to, as you were saying, commentating the lead battle as Rumsey going to go try to round the outside of Battlecat. At turn 2, gets the inside line. Battlecat still keeping it on the outside. He's got the inside for turn 3, but who's going to get the DRS? I don't think any of them's got the DRS for now.
Battlecat's got the DRS. Romsey's the loser in this. Here comes Toddy. Toddy's going to make the move down the inside. A little bit of contact. Here comes Grandson. He's going to capitalize maybe on this move. He's going to stick it behind the Mercedes. Comes side by side with the McLaren.
Grandson nips trying around the outside of Rumsey. Rumsey keeps the Grandson nicks down the inside at turn 6, and now we got people out of the session. Safety car is called. This has saved Battlecat's race, as now he can get off that soft tire.
To this Grand Prix.
And I'm more concerned how Kelly has made himself. Why? He is so far off the track. What? How did he get over there?
I honestly don't even think it was. Might have had a Ferrari.
And I think Domwa, he joined the session, but he got a spectator bike, and then he left, and it just retired the car. As we got people pitting, so Battlecat and Romsey both into the pit lane.
Romsey's followed Battlecat into the pit.
And what tyre are they going to choose? So the hard tyre.
We're going to go to the end.
Hards can go the distance, but they won't feel good. That's
No,
the only problem. But they will have a pit stop gap on everyone else. Only problem is these might get close. The problem here is when everyone pits, you're gonna be around like a second slower than everyone.
So that's going to be outside. You're not going to be able to get these tires up quicker. And you're going to be about a second slower. Fat Eagle goes on medium tire, I believe. Everyone else, either mediums or majority of the field, are on 4-lap use mediums, as Potty has inherited the race lead. Jacko's gone up third. Mercy's gone down a couple of seconds. I don't know what's happened there.
I'm just gonna do that. So, Battlecat currently leading championship. He's down in 14th. Letter P, who is P2 in P5. In my opinion, he's on the better strat. Battlecat's it's kind of like you pit if you need to, but if you don't pit, you pit if you don't. I don't know. It's a weird situation. You don't pit, you're on the soft, you get overtaken. So currently,
he's really gonna start being on the letter P's mind, because as I mentioned earlier, Battlecat needs to finish third or higher to knock letter P out of the chip. So it's going to make the letter P think, right, do I stick on the hards and try and go the distance, or do I push these tires as
the point is, if he pits now, he's going to be further behind Battle Cat than what he will be if he just stays out.
That is, which is, I think Battle Cat. This is somewhat played into Battle Cat. Yes, he's able to get off the soft, put him in an awkward position, but it's giving him the upper hand where he's making rivals
The problem with this is the train got split because of the Haas in 12 being on the hard tire and Jailbot also fighting with that Haas a lot. So this they could split the train again. That would leave Battlecat in a very awkward spot of not having DRS. But the worst thing is you can't overtake on Brazil. The only overtaking you can do is into turn 1 or turn 4 or before turn 6 or you dive them at turn 7. There's not a lot of overtaking spots because it's a DRS train track. As we're going to go green, as Toddy is leading the safety car restart.
We'll see what's happened. Safety car pulls back to the pits. Toddy has full control over the field.
As Toddy, he saw Grandson this break and he's going to send it down. He's going to send it all the way to the line. He's got a 5/10 gap on Grandson this. Jacko stayed very comfortably with that RB. So that gap still stayed the same as one Haas is into the pit lane. Old 40 bender, that's a pit and quit by the Haas driver. I believe Mercy is going to try and make a move on Junkyard Doggy on the inside of turn 4. Gets the move done. Still side by side. William is still there. And now he's clear and Mercy is up into P8. But the Mercedes of Toddy is still keeping his lead over Grandson Nips as the Haas is back on track, so that might be a bit interesting. So Battlecat has made his way past Jeroboam, so Battlecat up into P11, gonna have to get past this Alpine quite soon. As we're gonna go out the final corner. No DRS for these drivers just yet until the first lap of safety car restart is complete, as there's already gaps opening up at the back of the field. Jeroboam almost 1 second out. Fat Eagle is 1.4 away from P16. As DRS is enabled, is this the moment the Grandson Nips is going to make his move? 2/10 the gap is to Toddy. Down the inside, he's going to be too wide into turn 4. No, he gets the move done way before the braking. Jericho wasn't able to follow him through, so it's in the P3 still. As Barrichelp wasn't able to make the move on Junkyard. As Jeroboam looks like he's made a mistake. Now Scotty's up into P12.
Starting to get into a little bit of a rhythm now. Work lap 8:36. Letterpiece really trying to do two things here and attack. Kind of working for him. He's slowly catching VSC Furry ahead of him fourth. He's slowly dropping Dark and but he's just holding on, and here he goes. He's going for it. He's going to make the move on the 6 Sauber car.
Side by side with Fury. Grandson Nick's defending from Toddy as well. It's 2 battles at once. That gap at the back has opened up further. It's up to 2 seconds now.
Toddy's going to be done for the braking zone. Nip's going to hang on to the back like a leech now. So make the way up through turn 6, I believe. Into turn 7 now. Just single file racing. Here on out. A little bit of a lag spike. Huh?
Toddy getting a little bit tail happy on his tyres, so losing a bit of time to Grandson Nips. Grandson Nips taking a lot of the entry curb of the last corner. So that's hurt his run. Look at Jacko. Jacko's right there. He's up alongside. He's going to make that move stick. As Toddy's giving a DRS. He goes for the smallest gap.
You run it to the wall.
That's Jacko into P1 side by side with the Mercedes and RB. Fury trying to get past as well. As Fury going down the inside of Grandson Nips at turn 4. Gonna get as Grandson Nips hit, braking on the grass, goes a bit sideways, able to catch the car. That allows his teammate Dark and Shadows to go through. I don't know why the helicopter camera is so laggy for some reason. And you can see that gap at the back just keeps opening up. It was 2 seconds last, and it's now out to 2.7. So Battlecat getting past Jailbot as when he did actually has saved him. As Dark and Shadows is fighting with letter P. Side by side with these two drivers. They had to be careful not to lose DRS. 8/10 the gap still as Darken gets the move done, gets in front of the letter P, so he keeps his position. The top two switching, Toddy overtaking Jacko at the start-finish line as Tetris is making a move on Grandson Nips side by side for these two drivers. Pushing Tetris a little bit wide so he has to go offline, able to keep the place. Fair racing by the two. Room was given.
Not as we were focused on the battle for the lead, Battlecat caught up to this fighting pack. He's right on the end of it. I reckon it won't be long now till he starts making moves. It's about half a second off RK. That gap's coming down. Once he gets into DRS, I reckon move on move. So I reckon he'll be back up time. As
Rumsey slowly making his gap. The gap to this top 10 train is now 1.7. Junkyard barely keeping it in DRS, so the whole 14 drivers are now back in DRS of each other.
here he goes. I'm on board with the Battle Cat as he around, but he starts overshooting it. Goes RK, and RK holds on for another lap. DRS though for this rate, and yeah, RK is just pulling. He's slowly gapping the Battle Cat. But they gotta be careful that they don't overfight it because it's gonna lose DRS cap whatsoever.
I don't know if this is just me or if anyone else can see on the stream, but that helicopter camera is laggy as holy. I can see the individual frames of the cars moving. Okay, again back into DRS of Mercy. It was at like 9/10 before at the second DRS detection point, or the first detection point line. But he's gone back into that 7/10, 8/10 the gap. Let's see if Barakat's able to try to make a move. Jacko's made a move on Toddy at the front as RK Gaming is keeping that gap. 1.3 seconds the gap is now as Mercy picks up, or not Mercy, Tetris picks up a penalty for seeing the chat limits. That might have been a little extension to try fight the position, and he keeps the place as Barakat makes the move on RK Gaming into turn 4, gets that move done. Now he's going to have to catch a few tenths to stay within the DRS as RK Gaming is trying to go down the inside of turn 6, but it wasn't going to work as no one likes anyone that goes down to the inside of turn 6.
You just got to keep your head cool. Wait for the next opportunity. You can't make opportunities on this track. You'll just end up putting yourself and another driver out of this race. So you just got to wait for the opportunity, wait for the DRS, then strike. Where are you going to be able to do it? He's right on the gearbox Hellcat. So if he just waits till DRS, he will be able to make a move. He's got the pace. They make the way down that DRS straight.
Grandson is trying to make the move on letter P. Can't quite outright do it as top 2 switch again. Fury doesn't want to be involved in this. He's happy for them to just switch places at the moment. Dark and Shadow's trying to push Fury along, try to make him force the move, so he has to do it. Tetris and Grandson Nips going side by side. Grandson Nips almost Tetris looks like he's got ahead. Grandson Nips still there on the curb, almost contact between the two. As they have lost a bit of time to the top 5.
Battlecat had a look down the inside of Mercy there at turn 7. Almost banged wheels. Without it back out, they made way through 10 and now through the sweeping turn 11. DRS straight. Penultimate corner, you got to get this second last corner right. Carries the speed and momentum around into turn 1 2. It's a flowy track. You need to get into that rhythm to be faster here.
As Grandson Nips and Mercy going side by side, so it looks like Mercy just has way more straight line speed on his sub. Still side by side, Mercy touching the grass, he's gone way wide. That's collision. Grandson Nips and Tetris side collision at turn 1 as Tetris went spinning under brakes. And that's Grandson Nips with wing damage, and now he's going to have to pit.
And this is going to bring Battlecat up to 7. Now the pressure's on for the letter P.
As the RBs and the Ferrari fight is getting too heated at the moment. They're starting to crash with each other on track. So this is not what we want. As there's a small gap between Battlecat and Mercy, 1.1. The gap, as I'd say that Battlecat has almost closed that already. Looks like he's gonna close it before the DRS detection with the better tires. As the top 3 are just running away with this. 1.1 second gap between letter P and Darken.
And
Fury again past letter P for P4. Going to try and close that gap as we got some pitters, so Junkyard and Grandson Nips and Tetris all into the box. Tetris 10-second speeding and pit lane penalty as well. Not what you want to see from your drivers. As Fury not able to close the gap to Dark and Shadow, so top 3 truly running away with this at this point. You're gonna have to start thinking about undercutting. Undercutting on this track is a massive gain advantage. You're about 1.5 second off undercut you can gain around here just because of the middle sector as Battlecat and Fury went side by side on the exit of turn 8. Battlecat now up into P6.
if you're the letter P, you are very nervous. Rival right on your gearbox. Don't want to get higher than 3rd, but with the pace.
Here we go. Jacko's in the pit, so we've got the first pitter. Fury follows him. Letter P follows him. Arcade Gaming follows him. Now this is interesting. Both Williams into the box. This actually is going to hurt Arcade Gaming so much because it's double stack. As Dark and Shadows and Toddy...
what a car!
Fat Eagle has made a mistake at turn 1. He's actually lost a bit of wing as well. Safely that in, bring out the safety car for the drivers that just pitted. They probably would have loved the other drivers probably would have loved the VSC to come out, but unfortunately nothing got called. As Darken and Toddy side by side. This is not what you want from your two drivers when people are undercutting you, is you to start fighting in the middle sector. See what they decide to do at RB. Does RB respond to Jacko pitting? Toddy responds to Jacko's pit. Darken stays out. He's going to stay out longer. Toddy, 10-second penalty as well for your reserve drive. Not what you want to see. Mercy makes the move on Battlecat into second at turn 1. And while this is all happening, Rumsey has snuck up into P4 behind Battlecat. So these 4 drivers on the 13 lap old tyres are going to want to work together, try and make this gap work. As we go look at Jacko and Toddy, they're going to be side by side on the exit. Looks like Jacko's going to get the extra speed down the straight. Toddy coming on the pits just slightly behind Jacko. So undercut not very powerful, it seems, between these drivers. Looks like the DRS detection or DRS activation mitigates that gain loss of the undercut.
So the Battle Cat, realistically, in theory, has been P1. You gotta remember, Dark hasn't hit the thing is actually.
As Darken, as you said, that he's into the pit lane. So Darken into the pit lane again under that speed limit, so he doesn't get a penalty as other drivers have. As Rumsey going to try down the inside of Mercy at turn 1. Mercy deciding to stay out on these old hards. He's going to hope for a safety car to come out.
That almost looked sketchy as Romsey's going to get the move done on Mercy now. Oh, actually, he's going to think better of it as they make their way to turn 4 now.
As on board with Jacko and Toddy, we're going to see the gap that is between Darken and these 2 drivers as they come out. Where's Darken going to filter? Darken's going to filter right behind Jacko. So these 3 drivers that were P1, 2, 3 are going to stay with each other for the remainder of this race. Fury, unfortunately, out of this gap by about a second and a half of these guys. As Fury actually staying with the Battlecat very nicely on these memes, so I'm interested to see what Mercy decides to do later on. If he's going to go to a hard tire or if he's going to stick a longer, go to a soft.
I think he might stick it for a soft compound. He's
Well,
got the pace, he's got the tire match for it. So.
Mercy stays out once again. He's going to defend from Rumsey as 3 wide as Rumsey makes a massive dive down the inside of Battlecat. Battlecat goes defensive, cuts a bit of the corner to give room to Rumsey. Battlecat keeps the position as Scotty now making a move on Mercy. I think Mercy's just giving Scotty the position. He didn't activate the DRS after the activation point as Toddy gets a 3-second penalty. So that's 13 seconds for the Mercedes driver of Toddy as Jacko and Darken side by side. As Ghost Rider has disconnected, I'm gonna see if I can invite him.
So I think Mercy realised this isn't really his race to fight. He got use mediums. The rest are on somewhat fresh or fresh, and he's just trying to manage the tires, which is all you got to do. Not holding anyone. He knows
As
it's
Mercy stays out once more.
try and take the tires as long as he can. As Romsey makes the move for the lead on the Battlecat. The Battlecat's going to stick right at the gearbox though. Not really going to go anywhere.
As Battlecat gonna make another switch. So these guys are just gonna play DRS or DRS helping, DRS leapfrogging between each other to get further ahead because they know that their tyres are only 4 laps younger than what others had when they pitted, so they're gonna have to extend this gap massively in the hope that these tyres can make it to the end. At the moment, we'll look at gap to leader. So gap to leader between Jacko and Battlecat, 15 seconds. We'll see if that goes down over the course of this time, or whereas Dark and Shadow's actually leading Jacko. So 14.9 second gap between P7 to P1. As Darken's actually going to catch up to Ghost Rider's AI. I don't know if he'll get to that AI in time. I think he did. I think he got the DRS. I'm not quite sure.
Mercy comes into the pit, and the yo-yo for the lead still continues.
As Toddy and Jacko now switch in position, Darken on the back of Ghost Rider, who I believe it's AI. I don't think he's joined back to session yet. Ooh, that AI had a little moment. As Ghost vs AI trying to defend but Dark and Shadow doesn't quite get it done. Darken gets through. Now it's 12 seconds, 13 seconds to the leader. As I think
I think
I just saw Wing fly off.
I just saw Toddy's fly off as well.
Let's have a look.
Well,
Yep, Toddy is now missing an end plate on his car, so
when the AI for Ghost Rider almost get Fury as well as the letter P now tries to make his way around the outside of the Aston and gets it done.
and
Bro,
due to Ghost Rider's AI, this has allowed Fury to regain the DRS of these drivers. Dark and Shadow has gapped these guys. Toddy has gone into the pit to get this repaired. He's also going to have to serve a 10-second penalty as well as Mercy going to make the move on Alpine at the back of Junkyard Dog into P11. He goes. Now he's chasing down Arcade Gaming on those fresh, so I believe they're fresh, they look fresh. They could be quality worn, not quite certain. That's probably why he went a lap or two extra. Like Ransom Nips, he is gapping Jacko massively. 2.5 seconds of gap now between Jacko and Darken. As this letter P is going to be heinous because Darken is behind him in the championship and he's 4 places in front of, or 3 places in front of him.
I don't think his mind's going that far. His mind's more focused. I think 3 places, third or higher. That's all he needs. The Battlecat needs to knock the letter P out of the championship. The Battlecat currently is leading this race.
As Rumsey wasn't going to stick it down inside. Mercy goes fast in 9.7, the fastest time of the race. As a Battlecat almost gapping Rumsey in the middle sector. Gap go up to 9.5 tenths, and now Rumsey's trying to bring that back down so he keeps the DRS. As the gap now between Darken and Battlecat, I believe, is now down to 10 seconds. It's still 11.6 actually, so never mind. I can't do math apparently. But the gap is slowly falling. It falls between the Sector 2 area and the last corner as well. But whenever Battlecat doesn't have DRS is when the gap falls the most. As Darken is actually bringing Lil Sheldon to him quite quickly. As Fury, Jacko, and Letter P trying to make this DRS hopping work between each other. Letter P falling down to P8 as Jacko overtakes him. And Fury just leading this train, just hoping to catch Dark and Shadows, but I think Dark and Shadows is just too quick in the middle sector for these drivers.
That what I'm finding interesting, looking on the track, it looks like your top 3 are starting to close up to some lap traffic. Bad Eagle in the Red Bull will be the first one we've got to navigate. So this is going to turn into who can get through lap cars the fastest and the quickest. The quickest and the easiest.
As Toddy goes for the fast lap and gets it done as Dark and Shadow set purple sector 2. I believe Dark and Shadow might have set the fastest lap here on the hard tyre, and that'll be quite a statement if he does. To the line for the RB driver. Let's see if he's able to go quicker. No, he's not able to go quicker than the fastest lap, but he did set the purple sector 2 for the time being as we get yellow flag for the Red Bull that just got out of the way for the leaders. He's going to have to do the same for Little Sheldon when he catches up, but Darkin is dropping that gap between Sheldon and himself rapidly. That was 6 tenths or 6 seconds at the start of last lap. It's now down to 4.2. So it's about 1.8, 1.9 second gain for Darkin. Just got to be careful on track limits. It's Arcade Gaming and Mercy now starting to have a fight, so I wonder. Oh, is Arcade Gaming going a bit wide? Wonder if Mercy's soft tires are always starting to have a little bit of issues with it, and he's still got 10 laps to go on these.
Well, 10 laps to go now as the leaders cross drive. Battle Cat will take the lead, but still another DRS race. There's to really push. They cross the DRS detection point as Ron will go with DRS. Should easily get the move done unless he's going to fan side by side into turn 4. He's not letting this one down. He knows what's that.
This is not what you want as Barricade takes the curb of turn 5, not the smartest one, because that curb can hook your car and just make you slide. Now that is not what you want, is you to start fighting when you guys are on 22 lap hards against someone who's on 8 lap old hards. Because that gap is down to 7.5 seconds. You still got 9 laps to go, but the pace that Dark End is going at, he's gonna get to them at lap 34.
It's all on. Our gloves are off. 10 laps now, 9 laps across the stripe to go. Battlecat will make the lead, move for the lead again, but as last lap, Romsey's going to get the DRS down this straight and should easily get by the Ferrari of Battlecat. He will. Battlecat guys going to slip behind. Oh, Romsey's off though.
Dark End makes a move on Little Sheldon straight away as soon as he catches him. So now the gap is 5.4 to the train ahead. He's gonna be pushing like crazy to get this down. I would love to see the battery of Dark End Shadow and how much he has, but I don't want to give that information away. Yeah, as he's gapped Little Sheldon by a second already in the middle sector. That's how much grip he has.
I think he's just got pure pace. The way that he's controlling this car, taking the curve, how smooth he's driving, he's hitting his, he's doing this pure pace and using ERS where he needs.
Sparrow going to try and make the move on Rumsey. Decides against as we got a little bit of issue at the back. No, that's just the Red Bull Fat Eagle getting out of the way of drivers on the lead lap as Battlecat DRS again for him on Rumsey. Gets the move done. As you can see, Dark End Shadows in the background now. 4 seconds of the gap to Scotty. He can see him. He can taste the podium chances as Scotty gets forced under the grass by Rumsey. That's a bit of a naughty move from the McLaren driver.
It's all on now. This is all going to help the V-Carb Dark catch this top 3. They were running away within the middle part of this race. They're fighting each other. They're letting the pack catch up to them. Not what they want. Saying that the slowly but surely catching the Mercedes of Toddy, maybe Jared, but I don't think they'll be able to catch him before the end of the race. But it's now all or nothing. Romsey takes the lead from Battle Cats Day in DRS. Scotty's just there to pick the pieces. He might sense maybe incident away. DRS active down the straight. Goes to the outside. Gonna get the move done with ease.
As Fury picks up a 3-second penalty to his name, so both Saubers in front of letter P both have penalties now, so that will promote them to P5 if they're able to catch Little Sheldon at that time, and that might save letter P's chances of a championship right there by Dark and Shadow's 2-second gap to him. He can smell the podium. He can smell Battle Cat at the front. He can smell the chances of this championship staying alive with this final few laps of the race. 1.6, 1.5 to get 1.4 is slowly getting closer to the DRS activation, but he's not going to get it.
I reckon as they through the center S, he's going to get the DRS. Making his way down the pit straight, he's got into turns 1 and 2, maybe not quite close enough.
It's Dark in the Shadows, gone for the center S, is still 1.4 between them. So Letter P and Jacken making a move on Fury, so Level P up into 6th place. Chasing down a little Sheldon in 5th, but he's also got a penalty, so at the moment Letter P is getting that position, even if he doesn't catch, as Rumsey and Scotty side by side into turn 6.
He's going to switch to the inside now. Is he going to sell on the inside? Or is he going to hold off? And as that happens, Darkin's joined the back of this train, so Darkin's going to get a DRS benefit now.
And
So
here comes the moment that here comes the moment of the race. Can Darkin make this move on Scotty straight away? He's going to have to do it straight away. Is he going to do it in the last corner? No, he sticks behind because I know he's got DRS.
He's going to have to do it. He has to make a 2-for-1 in order to keep this alive. He can sense the wind maybe on the way. Scotty's defending a little bit. Yellow and
Mercedes off, that's Toddy at turn 5. Scotty using all of his battery to stay ahead of Darkin, and Rumsey's made the move on Battle Cat again. Darkin out of turn 2. He's got more speed than these guys. He's going to activate a DRS. He's going to get boxed in. This is not what you want. As Scotty a bit sideways, Darkin has to hit the brakes.
Scotty's gone sideways. Darkin's got up the third wrong. That's your podium. Scotty's still on the back of Darkin.
As Darkin down inside of Rumsey at turn 7. Into turn 8, still side by side. He's got the more grip. He's going to hang around the outside. On the exit, gets the move done. Into turn 9.
He's got the grip. He's got the straight line speed. The Battle Cat is what's separating him and the win.
As at the back, Darkin's teammate Grandson Niz making moves at the back as well on Junkyard. Can't quite get it done, but we'll jump back up to Darkin, who's going to make the move for P1.
Down the front straight. Battle Cat's defending. Side by side. He's going to get the move done.
Now, the question is, what does what does Battle Cat do on the exit of this corner? Does he drain all of his battery to get back ahead? We'll switch to Battle Cat's POV. What is he doing? He's not on the overtake button. Darkin's flashing. Battle Cat's not making a dive. In my opinion, I would have made that dive.
It's over. He's gonna run away with it now, I think.
The only thing you need to do was keep that RB behind you, and you would have the DRS benefits, but he's going to gap you in the middle sector. Already 8/10 gap. Up to 9. He's going to gap him on turn 9 and 10.
Game over. Darkin gonna run away with this after a late charge. Boy, it was a late charge. So now the Battle Cat just needs to hold station, not let McLaren or the Hamilton get by.
Now, at this point, if he wants to have a chance of kicking Letter P off this championship drive, he's going to have to stay on at least P3. He can't lose to Scotty, or he needs Letter P to fall further down the order. At the moment, he's fine with Jacko for P6, which will turn to P5 after Lil Sheldon's penalties are applied. As Rumsey and Battle Cat going side by side again, so Battle Cat now leading this train. As Dark and Sheldon, he's just left him. It's 1.3, but there's no way they're catching him through the middle sector, so that's going to extend to about 2 seconds.
He is gone, and I think that's just the benefit of hitting later. You got to remember these three all came in safety car on the first couple of laps, so they're probably feeling the tire when. I also wouldn't be surprised if Jacko maybe even clawed his way up. Final 3 laps. Or, yeah, 3 laps, sorry. Or 2 laps to go.
Rumsey down inside of Battlecat on at turn 1, and Battlecat's going to have an answer for this again. He's going to make the move at turn 4. You imagine Scotty is just waiting in the background. I think Scotty is just giving up. Scotty knows that he doesn't have the pace to challenge these two, as Battlecat actually lets Rumsey stay ahead. So I think Battlecat is now playing games with the McLaren driver.
If I reckon start, but it is his race to run. Battlecat might be dropping off the pace a little bit, so this will be the opportunity that the Haas needs to make the move. Is going to be within DRS, although I maybe the Ferrari may be waiting for DRS as well. Dark end 3 seconds ahead already. He's gone. Winner sorted. Second and third still up for grabs though.
Watching the fight for P5, 6, and 7 as Battlecat makes a move on Rumsey. So does Scotty. Scotty's going around the outside of this McLaren. Scotty waiting in the back all this time, and now he's decided to make the move. Can't quite get it.
Still gonna have DRS though. Right, actually, this is not good for the Battlecat. Yeah, they both have DRS. They're not really going to get them though. They're going to fight each other.
At the moment, this ain't good for Scotty. Scotty on very low ERS from what I saw, trying to see if he'll make the move on Rumsey, but he's currently on very bad ERS. Rumsey is probably saving, same with Scotty. I believe Battlecat will be saving his ERS as well. Jacko has made the move on letter P around the outside at turn 6. Into turn 7 and 8 he goes. Is Jacko able to keep P5 from letter P? Letter P is going to have the DRS on to the line as well, but Dark and Shadow will be your winner for today.
Coming round the last kink on the track. Up to the checkered flag. Dark Shadow.
And
Wins.
Battlecat will keep
Comeback. And the letter P is officially knocked out of the championship contention. Battlecat crosses the line in second. Romsey comes home in third. Scotty with a brilliant effort in fourth. Jacko, letter P, Sheldon, Furry, Gaming, Mercy, and as the rest cross the line. What a race.
And we look at the top set, Battlecat in second, Dark End first, and Romsey, reserve driver for McLaren, sits in third. Dark End, after seeing Battlecat as far as he was, didn't give up, had the race pace all race, and probably more in it to be honest, but was able to secure the lead on lap 34 and gap him by about 4 seconds at the end of the race.
Probably a lot more in it, but just the sheer straight line pace that V-Carb had it. I don't think I've seen in my 2-3 years of doing this fast. So you go through your final standings results. Dark and Shadow is your race. Battlecat, Romsey, Scotty, Jacko, the letter P, Sheldon, Furry, Arcade Game, Mercy, Junkyard Dog, Grandson, Nip, Tetris, Potty, VSD, Jared Bot, Ghost Rider, Fat Eagle, Flea Bender, Dom Wars, how 8 rounds out your grid. What a race.
We'll just wait for some drivers to join the comms box. If we can get some interviews with them at that time, I'll put stands up for last round of
Now,
what was calculated.
I'm pretty was Darkin on hard for that last. I think he was.
Yes.
So yeah, that if he's doing that, I'm doing that car. I don't know if he's put nitromethane in it or what, but that thing was a.
I was just looking at the standings. So Battlecat and Letter P, the gap was 45. I believe that gap will extend more. I have to look at the points. So Battlecat would have got 20, so now he's sitting on 262 points, and then I think Letter P got P6, so he only got 10, so I think we only got... How many rounds do we have left? We got about...
We have 4 rounds left in a sprint.
So I believe Letter P still has a chance, maybe... Not quite sure.
Oh yeah, it's still possible. It's yeah, Battlecat here, but yeah, it's still possible. Unless I have a few, if I can have a few DNFs, or he could get first and I could score poorly, and you never know it. So yeah, I think it's going to go down to the last race.
So
We hear. We might as well do your first off. Congratulations, second place.
Thanks, mate.
I
was going to say, don't count out Darkins as well. Darkins, mate, he's on fire with a P1 as well. He's yeah.
Seeing him come up that quickly, what was it like? As I said at the end of the, I don't think I that fast.
Sorry, I cut out a little bit. I didn't hear the entire question. Do you mind repeating?
Yeah. So at the end of the race, with Darkan back as quick as it was, how were you feeling in that back end with how fast it was?
Oh yeah, I think watching the time close, it was just a matter of time before he got us, and he pulled out a second gap pretty quickly as well. I was hoping maybe I could stay with him, but it wasn't going to happen. So yeah, sort of folded at that stage, and really was just trying to bring home P2, which I could. So yeah, Romsey was pretty fast. I could see his tyres were starting to go off, and Scotty behind was a bit itchy as well to get on the podium. So I was just trying to bring it home, and P2, happy with that.
You three, Romsey and Scotty, all back and forth. Sure, it was great fun fighting those guys.
Oh yeah, Romsey wasn't making it easy. So he was really defending, and there was a couple of hairy moments. I think he went off the track, and I was worried he was going to come and hit me. And I was just like, oh, here we go. And then Scotty behind. It was just like, come on, guys, let's just bring it home. And I think we're all on the same age tyres, so we decided to pit early, which was probably a good decision as well. So, but yeah, like I said, I just needed to bring home the points. I think at this stage, especially with Romsey, I think he's a reserve, so he's got really nothing to fight for. He's just wants to race. So when you've got a few of those drivers out there, you've just got to be cautious and not fight too hard.
Yeah, I'd say it was entertaining from my point of view. Congratulations. So do you have anything to add, Paulo?
No, Paulo, yeah.
Nah, I think you covered it all. It's just I've been looking at the standings. Getting really close between the top 3 teams, or maybe top 4 for the constructors task, so this is going to be an interesting fight as well. Do you think yourself and Tetris can reclaim top step on the constructors?
I think we might have. Done it today actually. So I finished in front of Scotty. I'm not sure who else was in the other house, but I think Tetris scored some points as well. So I think we've got.
The other half was a pit and quit.
Yeah, so definitely overtook Cass in the T2 standings. Honestly, I would have loved to bring home the overalls, but I think that's not going to happen anymore. So if we can bring home T2, that'll be nice.
Well, congratulations on P2, and I
One
believe this
more.
is a podium, a well-deserved podium after a few races you've had over the last few rounds.
Yeah, thanks guys, and congratulations to Darkins for P1 and Romsey to P3.
We'll jump to Darken Shadows, the man of the hour, winning Brazil in style with the original strategy that was intended for Brazil. But how was it catching the top 3 on on the new hard compared to the old hards?
Um, it was it was definitely a very stressful race. Like I'm being told that the top runner, a bunch of people pit on lap 3, and I just made the decision. I don't know. Oh, man, I had to push so hard, sweating. Um, I mean, I knew I had to catch up. The delta was going to be quite quite different because I think their hards were like 13 laps older. And I've just got Yusuf and checking in my ear, just giving me like the time to leader every lap, and I was just pushing so hard to catch up.
Well, over it would have been. I think I made a prediction that you'll catch them like 33, and you did so. So I'm happy with my prediction of that. Unfortunately, that you weren't able to DRS hop. I believe if you were able to DRS hop, you would have been there a lot quicker than you did. But overall, your pace was amazing. Congratulations on that. How did when you saw the 3 people pit on lap 3, what was going through your mind?
I thought it was way too early, way too early, but it ended up being quite a good strategy.
In my just from what I looked at, I think if they did about 2 laps later, they might have gone away with it. But safety car,
Yeah.
you can't predict it at all. Uh,
And
so that
then they
win,
were also losing time just by fighting, so it ended up helping me out. But it was so scary. I catch up to the front pack, and then Scotty spins in front of me.
yeah, we did catch
And
on.
I,
We did catch on stream. Yeah, I was holding my breath, just hoping you won't get damaged from that.
yeah,
But
it was very close call.
that win should get you closer in the stands to letter P, so you should be closer in points and a tiny bit closer to the Barricade, so the championship will probably come down to the last 2 rounds if at the moment, if this is what's going to happen. Constructors, you were 30 points behind Haas. You would now, I believe, earlier like 10 points, if I've done my maths right, behind the leader. So congratulations on closing that gap. Congratulations on the win as well. You got anything to add, Ethan?
Not much. Congratulations. That car's an absolute rocket ship. I'm sure it felt like it too. Miami next round. What's your thoughts going into that track? How you feel about it?
Um, don't think I've done a lap on that track on this game, so
Well,
I have no idea. To be honest with you,
to give you a hint, track is a tiny bit better from last game.
a bit more grippy, especially in the first
No,
sector. No.
not really, but you can abuse the
Uh,
curbs. You can abuse curbs more.
okay. Well, we'll have to
It's
find
just a
out.
tip to all tier 2 drivers if they're listening. You can abuse more curbs. But anyway, congratulations on P1. Go enjoy yourself. Second win of the season. So well done on
Thank
that.
you.
So that'll be us done at Inters for this evening.
Who's your driver of the day, boys?
Oh yeah, driver day. Who do you think?
My driver of the day is Darkin.
Yeah, I think give it a dark
The game gave it to him. Yep. I think well deserved. Good good comeback. Yeah.
Well, amazing pace overall. Anyway, that'll be us done at Inters for tier 2, tier 1 tomorrow for round 15. All the tier 1 guys will be racing, and we might have rain, might not. We'll see how we go. But can only forecasted for rain apparently. We'll see tomorrow morning. But yeah, tier 1 tomorrow, same start time as it was today, so 5 p.m. AEST. So we'll be doing that. You also got the real life sprint on for Brazil this evening. Piastri on pole, followed by Norris. So that might be a good watch as well. But anyway, that's been myself, Pepsi, and Ethan for tonight, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll see you next week on Saturday. I don't know if Ethan's doing comms tomorrow. But anyway, thank you to the admin team. Thank you to all Inters and drivers for setting this all up. And we shall see you all in the next stream. Goodbye.